Hello everyone, Mr. Schultz here for Integrated Math 2, and we are discussing 10.3 still line segments part 2. In fact, we are on part 2 of 2. We will complete it today. So example 4, real-world use of betweenness of points, or this is just the segment addition postulate. So we should draw diagrams, because it's easy to visualize something when we can see it. So let's do number 15 right here. Railroads. A straight railroad track is being built to connect two cities. All right, let's draw that. Straight enough. The measured distance, let's draw it right there. The measured distance between the two tracks is 160.5. I'm going to put 160.5. A mail stop is 28.5 miles from the first city. How far is the mail stop from the second city? Okay, well, basically, it looks like we have an equation, and we're going to subtract. So I know that 160.5 miles is equal to 28.5 miles plus x. Well, just subtract by 28.5 on both sides. But technically it's not 28.5, it's 28.5 miles. So when we do that, the 0.5s cancel out. We should still have, change it back to back. We should still have miles. And we should have, that's about 30, so 130, 132. But if it is a sentence question, we should have it in a sentence answer. So, the mail stop is blank miles from the second city. Go ahead and fill our answer out. And for those of you who are like, Mr. Schultz, how can you expect us to have the answer? Well, we just solved it. It's right there. It's 132. All right, let's go on. Carpentry. A carpenter has a piece of wood that is 78 inches long. Okay, well, what we have to do is just draw. And you'd be like, all right. We're like, hey, look, this is 78 inches. He wants to cut it so that one piece is 5 times as long as the other piece. Okay, well, let's say this is x, and this is 5x. Okay, what are the lengths of the two pieces? Oh, well, basically, we're going to have x plus 5x equals 78 inches. Well, let's write it out. X plus 5x equals 78 inches. All right, cool. Well, x plus 5x, 1x plus 5x is 6x, is equal to 78 inches. All right, well, what is 6 doing to x? It's multiplying, so we are going to divide. So if we divide by 6 on both sides, we should get 13. So x is equal to 13 inches. So one piece is x. So we know that. Okay, so here's one. So let's put a star. We're like, yeah. But the other piece is 5 times that. Well, 5 times 11 is 55. Plus 2 more 5s would be 65. So 65 inches. We could have also done that by doing 5 times 13, but don't tell anybody. So 65 is equal to 5x. So once again, we'd write out our sentence frame. One piece would, let's spell piece correctly, Mr. Schultz. One piece would be blank inches. The other piece would be blank inches. go ahead and fill this out. Alright guys, we're on the last part of this. Line segment congruence. Now this is one of those, we should already know it, but hey, let's go over it again. So right here, if MN is 4.6, we can determine the length of NO and MO. Well, I know that if these are congruent, not equal, but congruent, then they have the same value. But they're not the same, so they're not equal, but they're congruent. They have the same value. So line segment NO has to equal 4.6. Now I could simply either add them together or multiply by 2 to get MO. MO would be 4 plus 4, 8, 6 plus 6, 12, 9.2. But 9.2 centimeters. Alright, well, let's do 2, and I'll let you guys do 2. Alright, so for this one, it says, hey, this is 8.8, and this is broken up in half. Well, what's half of 8? 4. What's half of 0.8? 0.4. So half of 8.8 would be 4.4. Is equal to WY. But that's wrong because it's 4.4 millimeters. Now, how about this one? We see this is broken up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can literally call this X. So we can understand that, hey, we want to know how this is broken up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can divide by 5 to figure out how much is one little part of this. So 16.8 centimeters divided by 5. So when I get my handy dandy calculator out and I divide 16.8 by 5, I should get, come on calculator, 16.8 divided by 5. I get 3.36. So each little part is 3.36 centimeters. But FG is 2 of those. So how do we figure it out? We times it by 2. So we times 2 in our calculator, and we get 6.72 centimeters is equal to FG. And that's it. Alright, for these next two, I'm going to have you try these out. So first things first, figure out how to set up number 19. We're going to pause it in 3, 2, 1. Alright guys, so we can call each one of these segments 5. So 5 x's is equal to 14.4, wait for it, inches. And now QT is how much? 4. So after we figure out how much is 5 x's, we divide out, and we figure out how much is 1x, we times it by 4, and we should get our answer. Go ahead and figure that out. Now for DE, hey, we want to know how much is it from here to here. Well, we can figure out that this, let's have you guys write the equation in 3, 2, 1. You are going to solve this. What is x? After you solve for x, you're going to plug in, so you'll get x equals, and so since there's more x's on this side, it should be on the right side. X equals a number after you solve for x. Once you get that, you plug it back into here. So if x equals 3, you're going to be like, all right, 4 times, and then plug in whatever you got for x right here. And then you should figure out what DE is equal to. That's it. All right, guys. The rest of this is practice with your group. with your partner or just by yourself if you're at home. Bye guys, we're at 10 minutes and I hope you have a wonderful day and I'll catch you in class. Bye.